Hey, peace. What's happening, everyone? On our deal with.
Like the rushing of a mighty wind. Like the rushing of a mighty wind.
So I guess I want to stay on the topic of Marcus Garvey. I don't want to switch off topic.
Okay.
But quick question. You're a former member of the NOI, of the Nation of Islam.
Yeah.
Did the Nation of Islam ever meet with the KKK?
Yes, they did.
Okay, so how come you don't have as much venom for the Nation of Islam for meeting with the KKK as you do with Marcus?
Good question. That's a fair question. Now, let me ask you a question. Before I answer that, do you know anything about the Nation of Islam history of the KKK?
Do I know anything about that history?
Yeah. Do you know anything about the Nation of Islam? Or better question is, do you know anything about the Nation of Islam wants and beliefs?
Not enough off the top of my head to really speak about it. I know they are.
Got it. Okay. So here's the difference. No. Forget about that. No, I said wants and beliefs. Here's the difference. Cool. The Nation of Islam, Elijah Muhammad, they did meet with the Klan, which I don't agree with at all. I'm against that too. But they met with the Klan because they were under the false premises, like Marcus Garvey, that the Klan had power. They're wrong, and I cooked them too. But the difference is they met with the Klan to stay in America. Elijah Muhammad, their wants and beliefs, they believe that America reparations should give them southern states in America, not in Liberia, not in Africa, not as a foreigner somewhere else. They believe America owed them southern states, and they felt like the nation, because they're weird too, but they felt like the Klan had some power, some clout to help them out with that, right? So the difference between the two, like I said, I disagree with both approaches. Meeting with the Klan, you're off code. That's some sellout shit. Okay, but the reason why they don't get held to the scrutiny of Marcus Garvey, because Marcus Garvey wanted Black Americans out of the country. Elijah Muhammad wanted Black Americans inside the country. That's the difference.
Right, because it's when you played the Tariq video, Tariq was pretty much saying it was the fact that he met with the KKK that was the problem. It wasn't. Yeah,
that is a problem. I'm telling you, that is a problem. But the time periods were different, right? When Garvey met with the Klan, it's 1920. That's right after 1919, which is Red Summer. So at the sensitive time ever, when the Klan was the most violent ever in history, Marcus Garvey met with them. When Elijah Muhammad met with them, it was in the 1960s. So we were like 40 years removed. Right. So we were like kind of like not as sensitive with the KKK at that time. But Elijah Muhammad at that time, brother, there was no Malcolm X. Elijah Muhammad did not draw the attention Marcus Garvey did. The Nation of Islam was really irrelevant without Malcolm X. Malcolm X is what put them more on the map. They were a nothing burger. They was like small. They're a small group without Malcolm X. And that's why we don't know about them. He got to understand the Nation of Islam, when they met with the Klan, is wrong. So we're not saying anybody gets a pass. We're saying that's wrong. That's off code. You got to understand that. But let me say this to you, my guy. And you ask the question, and I'm believing you want to get a good answer and you want to understand the answer. Okay, so let's look at everything in totality. The Nation of Islam have never scammed Black Americans. Marcus Garvey did. So that plus meeting with the Klan was a big deal at that time. Elijah Muhammad met with the Klan, and I'm sure that raised eyebrows. But the Nation of Islam never had a reputation of selling out Black Americans and selling fake stocks. So, like, far as I know, they used their organization to go into the Black neighborhoods before the Black Panthers and patrol and secure them and make sure there's no drug selling, people getting resources. That's the Nation of Islam history. And that's why, even though they met with the Klan, which is a bad thing, that's something to look down on. Their other works kind of like, smother that, where we don't talk about that. Marcus Garvey, everything he ever did in America was against the codes. Not just meet with the Klan, selling stocks, bro. Who the hell sold stocks for Black Americans ever? Who did that?
If I can, Yeah, I think I heard you say that Malcolm X wasn't a part of the NOI at that time, but I do believe Malcolm X was a part
I'm not
of
sure.
one of the meetings.
I'm not
with
sure.
Malcolm
Okay.
X was actually present at a KKK at one of the meetings that they met with the KKK.
No problem. But listen to what I just said. I just said if the Nation of Islam did that, Malcolm X did that. That was wrong. I said that. I'm saying that was wrong, and that needs to be looked down upon. And it did. It was looked down upon, by the way. I don't even know Black history. Nobody ever said they were cool. People criticize them to this day. Signing their TV and other like Black spaces, they get on them about that. They get on Farrakhan talking about the eyebrows, all that type of shit. So now they get their criticism. They don't get passes either. But what I was saying to you is that their activisms superseded, it smothered that Klan meeting. Like their actions didn't go with Garvey. Everything Garvey ever did was off
code. Can I ask you a
code.
question?
Sure, go ahead.
If I can ask, why do you think, like from a Pan-African perspective, like from a Pan-Africanist perspective, why do you think they can't feel the same way about Marcus, where they can say all of his other works kind of overshadows that? And
name one. Okay, got it. Name one work he did to overshadow that Klan meeting. Name one thing.
Well, you know, his whole movement was about Pan-Africanism.
Okay, no. Hey, wait, stop. Hey, bro, wait, stop. Hey, bro, stop. You're just saying words. No, you're saying words. I said the Nation of Islam, they patrol Black communities. They made sure no drug dealing, no mafia, none of that shit was going on. They made sure peace was there. Give me the Garvey activisms that superseded the Klan meeting. Go. It's particular. Okay, tell me things
Garvey did bring people that wanted to go to Africa. He did give them the opportunity to go to Africa to Liberia.
Hey bro, nobody. I don't know if you're stupid as hell or just unaware. Nobody went to Africa and lived there through Marcus Garvey's UNIA.
That's not true. Marcus Garvey allowed people to go to Africa.
Okay, hey, bro. Hey, you said hundreds. Okay, hey, bro, stop. You're being fucking stupid, my guy. This is my shit. This ain't your shit. It's my shit. Okay, the ACS, is that part of Marcus Garvey movement? Yes or no?
Thank you.
The ACS?
Thank you.
I'm not sure.
Yes.
I'm not sure.
Okay. Yeah, exactly. And you or nobody can fuck with me on this topic. The ACS, when people got no. Hey, no, I'm not gonna calm down. No, I'm not. It's my shit. I ain't got it because my anger is just stupid ass. Niggas spreading misinformation on my shit.
Pressure, bro.
No. Okay, no. I'm not. Watch your fucking tetherism. You piece of shit. Okay?
Man.
Watch it. Hey, the ACS was responsible for all people of African, not African, that shit, Black Americans going to Africa. The ACS influenced most of that shit. Now come off mute, you tether. Come off mute. You can't fuck with me on my topic. You think you lost your goddamn mind?
They've been trying to trick us into self-deporting to Africa ever since we got out of slavery.
Right. Hey, yo, unmute.
And that should tell you something.
So I can embarrass you. Unmute so I can embarrass you, my guy. Right.
They've been trying to get us to self-deport ever since we got out of slavery.
Yo, did you just call me a piece of shit?
Yeah, you're a dumb piece of shit. Man, get the fuck off my line, you dumb nigga. Fuck out of here. You think you got rights over here? I keep telling Tethers, there's no freedom of speech over here. You ain't got no rights.
All right, so I'm gonna get American Dream and come back to you. American Dream. Now, American Dream, 2 minutes, and don't fight us too hard, American Dream.
Nah, I'm not here to fight. Peace to you, Doc. And blessings to you, Mr. Winchester.
Peace and blessings.
Yes, sir. So, Tariq also likes to say that Jamaicans rejected Marcus Garvey, that they didn't want anything to do with him. And I guess I just wanted to make it clear that Marcus Garvey is a national hero in Jamaica, like an official national hero. He's on our currency, and I personally grew up learning about Marcus and honoring Marcus So Marcus Garvey has a special place in Jamaicans' hearts today. They may have had issues with him during his time, but today he is our hero. And I guess one of the things because of that, and I think that's the main reason Jamaicans honor him is because he's a Jamaican hero. But this idea of him being a scammer, I guess I wanted to make it clear that in order to be scamming someone, you have to take their money and do something with it that you claimed something other than what you said you were going to do with the money.
You, brother. Thank
that's
you.
what makes you a scammer. And Garvey was not charged with that. Garvey was never charged or even accused of misusing or misrepresenting money. The mail fraud that he was found guilty of cannot be labeled as scamming because he was never charged with misusing the money. He was charged with having just and it was really only one count of just one piece of mailing that they said he misrepresented one of the ships, whether he had a ship or not.
Hold on, bro. I'm sorry to cut you off because you're really flowing. You said something. They said, who is they?
I think the prosecution.
White people? Because according to Tariq,
at the time.
According to Tariq, it was the FBA that got rid of Marcus Garvey. When we know damn well in New York and all across America UNIA was strong. It was strong Garveyism. I'm sorry to cut you off. You were flowing, but I wanted to make that you're really flowing. And just not to cut you off, I apologize, but those bogus charges, they would have convicted them of anything if they could.
Hey,
Indeed.
American Dream,
sorry to cut you off.
I'm gonna give you a minute and then to wrap it up.
Yes, sir. It is also true that he did get a lot of pushback from some Black Americans who were opposed to his race first philosophy. There were some like W.E.B. Du Bois was more about his American nationality than the whole race first thing. But I wanted to ask Mr. Winchester a question if I could. I hope it doesn't cut into my minute. People always bring up the fact that he met with the KKK as well.
Yeah, thank you for that.
And I spoke with someone, I think yesterday. I was on a podcast, and he brought that up. And I reminded him that, Elijah Muhammad and the NOI, including Malcolm X, also met with the KKK for their own reasons as well. And he said the reason that they can forgive Elijah and the Nation of Islam is because of all of the works that they did in the community. He mentioned things like security and stuff like that.
Tariq mentioned that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
No, it wasn't Tariq. It was another podcaster. Somebody goes even harder on Marcus than Tariq does. He was. Yeah. I'd rather not mention his name. He's not really.
I get it. Thank you.
Yeah.
No, but Tariq also echoes those sentiments. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely. But this guy has like really, really harsh words. I think I kind of lost my train of thinking in terms of where I was going.
Basically, the NOI and they get a pass.
Yeah.
Right. And I was asking him, why does he forgive the NOI for meeting with the KKK? And, but he's so, he just convicts Marcus. And he said the NOI has a lot of good works in the community. And he challenged me to, present any good works that Marcus or the UNIA did in the community. So I was hoping, Mr. Winchester, because I was kind of at a loss for words in terms of presenting the works of the UNIA off the top of my head. So I was hoping that Mr. Winchester could mention a couple of things that could
stay on, good brother. I got you. Let's.
And how you looking for time so I can know the respect?
I got this is important.
You got time today.
I got time today.
Okay.
I got time today. First, let's start with this. Malcolm X, father and mother were Garveyites in the UNIA. Malcolm X's mother was phenomenal. She was very important in the development of the UNIA. His father, I believe, was a division president. So let's start there. If you say there's no good, Malcolm was instilled with that in an early age of Marcus Garvey. Let's go with Elijah Muhammad. Elijah Poole was a member of our Detroit division of the UNIA. So let's start there. When you want to talk about the influences, they followed Marcus Garvey. They followed the blueprint. You said Marcus Garvey met with the KKK. Well, of course, they're going to try to do the same thing and move the same way. And it wasn't just meeting with the KKK saying, yo, forget all this fighting. Y'all over here, we over here. Y'all don't want us to drink off your water fountain? We got our own water fountain. We don't need to deal with each other. But if we do, let's do it economically so we can build up our own. That's what it was about. So let's start there. Now to go into the history of the UNIA. Back in those days, there was a pandemic at one time. The Red Cross wouldn't even come out to service Black people. There was a powerful sister in the UNIA, our first international organizer. I believe she was the first one in the UNIA from Baltimore. Henrietta Vinton Davis created the Black Cross nurses. Because the Red Cross, they wasn't coming in the Black community helping us. So we created the Black Cross nurses. When you see the sisters in the nation in white, the Black Cross nurses were white. When you see those brothers stepping up, looking strong in the nation and how they looked and how they moved, look at those African Legion, the security and military of our red, black, and green nation that Marcus Garvey created. Look at how they look. So there's a lot of similarities. And when you want to start talking about, and I've probably said this on the last podcast, the work that Marcus Garvey did, and you look at the nation, of how the nation created businesses, wasn't that what Marcus Garvey was doing? See, we talk about the businesses that failed. What about the hotel in New York and the restaurants? The first Black doll company. I will always tell people, I remember in the 70s, my mother was struggling to find a Black doll for my sister. But Marcus Garvey in the 1920s had a Black doll company. So let's start talking about that and build it economically. So we want to talk about how business is struggling and some of the things that didn't work out for him, but talk about the things that did work out for him and the people that are influenced by him and the work and the tradition that's created. When I see that red, black, and green flag flying all together, August 13th, 1920, the UNIA and Marcus Garvey introduced that flag. So we got to stop bringing the hate. It's a lot of work that Marcus Garvey has done as far as making people feel empowered as Black people, giving people positions, teaching them about leadership. One of the books, Message to the People, A Course in African Philosophy, is a leadership training of the UNIA. And then Message to the Black Man by Elijah Muhammad. See, there's a lot of similarities, so we can't kill the inventor and praise someone that was inspired by him. You're always going to hurt Marcus Garvey the most because Marcus Garvey's more influential in a global impact. A global impact. You can say, oh, I can give it to the nation. You know, the nation's strong here. Marcus Garvey was strong globally. It was a global impact. So I hope I answered some of your questions, good brother.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. There are times when I think about the fact that what Tariq is doing kind of parallels what Marcus is doing in a sense, because where Marcus wanted race first, Tariq wants to create a lineage first kind of mentality in Black folks, and I think the two of them kind of run counter to each other. And I guess the question is, which one serves the community better, and which one is best even identified as a community? And you know what you just mentioned in terms of being global, I can't imagine that you know, something global wouldn't be more useful than something local. You know, if you want to speak to just those differences and why you think what Marcus represented in terms of race first is more vital or important than a lineage-based philosophy.
Excellent question, though.
Yeah. You're Jamaican, correct?
Yes, I am.
And I'm African American, if that's what they want to call me. FBA, if that's what they want to call me. But me and you are brothers, and I love you, and I hope you love me because we can be one together. We're the same. And so when I come to Jamaica and we unite and we start building, it makes it more powerful. And then we go to Africa and it makes it more powerful. And then we go to Brazil and we make it more powerful. We go and find some brothers in Mexico and Venezuela and all of that. And we just start building. There's nothing like being global. And if I was to separate myself from all of that that's happening globally, then would I be able to build power economics? No, because you got to remember the white man's still oppressing me here. He's oppressing you there. The only way for us to get on the same levels to be systematic systems that are systematically ingrained in us all over the world globally. Global is the key. Yes, and we have to do it step by step, block by block, but we are one. We don't have time for division because we can't grow. And the white man knows that. And he sends us these agents to separate us. And why should Tariq say that me and you shouldn't be cool? That's what he's saying. You're a Jamaican, but me and you are cool. And the UNIA, I'm cool with Jamaicans. I'm cool with Africans. I'm cool with people from the Caribbean. We all tight and we rolling together. So I welcome anybody of my, what I would call my lineage of Africa, of my melanin, the people that look like me, the black people, to come together. And why would somebody not want that? We become more powerful, we become more strong. And that's what the opposition doesn't want. And I'm trying to figure out why Tariq doesn't want that. And so, yes, global is the key, my brother, because we can never turn the tables unless we're united globally. It's a global front. And to talk bad about each other, for me to talk about you being a Jamaican and the differences and to bring up Jamaicans that don't agree with me or don't like where I'm from, when I got a whole bunch of Jamaicans that love me. That when I go to a UNIA meeting, I'm eating Jamaican food well. I'm eating food from all over in Africa well. We love each other, man. We growing. We don't have time for division. And I hope that answers your question. Global is the key. And division, anybody that doesn't want us to be on the same page globally is crazy. And that's hatred, and that's hating people that look like you. Period.
Indeed. That definitely answers the question. And I love you too, brother. Dr. Daw, thank you so much for giving me the extra time. Love you too, sir.
I appreciate it. And I want to correct something. I appreciate your question. See, you wasn't just talking, you asked questions. So that was beautiful. You added your part and then you started asking questions. The questions are beautiful.
And you know what I like? We ended talking about we love each other.
Absolutely.
Black people loving each other. Ain't that what it's supposed to be about?
Absolutely. Like for example, me and American Dream, we disagree on some foundational political things, right? But he still come back and show me love and I show him love. You understand? So brother, I love you too, brother. Peace.
Indeed. Be blessed.
I want you to listen very, very carefully.
Just because we're black, they say we are slaves. Speak of righteousness, they say we are praise. Just because we're black, they say we are slaves. Speak of righteousness, they say we are praise. Brought us from the motherland in bondage and chains. Bury our culture and change our names. They claim we're free, yet we are in pain. As long as there's life, there's a lot to gain. Just because we're black, they say we are slaves. Speak of righteousness, they say we are praised. Just because we're black, they say we are slaves. Speak of righteousness, they say we are praised. When Garvey spoke his words, they said he was deranged. Marley sung his songs, they said the same. Malcolm X and Martin Luther fought relentlessly so we could be better. Just because we're black, they say we are slaves. Speak of righteousness, they say we are praised. Just because we're black, they say we are slaves. Speak of righteousness, they say we are praised. Brought us from the motherland in bondage and chains. Bury our culture and change our names. They claim we're free, yet we are in pain. As long as there's life, there's a lot to gain. Just because we're black, they say we are slaves. Speak of righteousness, they say we are praised. Just because we're black, they say we are slaves. Speak of righteousness, they say we